Type 9. Type
9. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the live stream. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. My internet is all over the place today, so I'm going to foresee that the stream's going to lag a little bit. Let's see if it can hold and be steady. And if it does, that's going to be a great thing. However, the good news is that from Monday, I'll be in Singapore. So this live stream will be a lot better. I'm going to be quarantined by the Singapore government for 14 days when I go back. So I'm going to be held up in a hotel, courtesy of the Singaporean government. They're going to pay for it, pay for my food, pay for my laundry, all for 14 days. So it's going to definitely be interesting experience. I'm going to feel like a prisoner, of course. But, I guess, there'll be a silver lining. I'll be able to do more content for you guys, which is something I'm looking forward to. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting. After which, so 14 days from tomorrow, the 30th, and then hopefully, if all goes well, I'm going to be back in the same time zone as you guys, America, sometime in the middle of June or in July, early July, just depending on how everything goes in Singapore. So if you guys, want to reach out to me for any questions or comments, concerns, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. Also, I just want to do a quick shout out and mention that the Everyday Growth Advisors intermediate course is quickly filling up. And if not yet, we have about 12 spots remaining for the intermediate course. And the intermediate course is going to cover advanced option strategies. I do intend to do another beginner's course in the future. So if you want to do the beginner's course also, hit me up. If you want to do the advanced course that starts on Monday, the 18th, also hit me up on Instagram so I can secure your spot and we can continue. I have about 12 spots for that, and it'll be good to have you guys there if you're interested in learning about advanced strategies like spreads, protective portfolio management like collars, also the general idea of straddles, strangles, and condors and butterflies. So if you have a basic idea of options, but you want to further improve your skills, and you feel like you're confident to move to the next level, you don't need the beginner's course. I designed the advanced course for those people who need that kind of help. And if you are a alumni of the 7 Days of Growth or the 14 Days of Growth course, then there will be a little bit of a something that if you join the future courses. Also, if you recommend a friend to the course, you get a voucher to be applied to your next. There are a couple of ways that you can go through that. Also, remember, Option Swing had a crazy sale just 2 days ago. I don't know if you guys took advantage of that. There was a 30% off overnight because we hit 30,000 followers on Instagram, and the Discord has been pop people joining every day. I think we must be well over 1,000 members now. I think we might have hit 1,050 members, something like that. I'm not sure of the exact number, but we are really growing at a good pace. And I think if you haven't joined Option Swing yet, heavily consider it. We're doing very, very big things, and this is just the beginning. Yep, I'm telling you, it's just the beginning. I can't say anything right now, but I know that big things are coming. Okay, and so I highly recommend that if you haven't taken a look, message me for a referral code. I can give you 25% off for the first month. Message me on Instagram for the referral code if this is your first time, and you're considering Option Swing, you want to join it, but you don't know. Well, try it out for a month. You can get 25% off by messaging me, and then it goes for you. And if it goes well, then stay on. Many people do that, and they make the first month back within a couple of trades, and then they stay. Okay, so our rooms we've done some amendments to the room, the way that it's now, and remember the educational chat, which I'm ahead of, is still there. Everyday growth is still there, partnered with Option Swing. So take a look at that. And all right, let's get into this live stream. Once again, thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you for committing your time to attend these streams. I understand that a 1 hour commitment to attend these things is a lot, and thank you for being here. I want to say I recently also hit 600 subscribers on YouTube, and my deep appreciation, and I'm deeply humbled by all of you guys watching my content out there, who enjoy my content, commenting on my stuff, and liking my videos. Thank you very much. A big thank you to all of you guys. Once again, if you're here for the first time, hit that like button. That's the only thing I ask for you guys. Just hit the like button when you're here, and that will really help me out a lot. All right, thank you. All right, let's get into this now. So we start off with the news. Let me get my little thingamajig. Okay, so the news has been cycling bad news already, and we can see this been happening for almost a week. And I said it probably on Monday. I said the news is already starting to cycle bad news. So we got to expect some kind of a correction, right? We didn't know which way we were going to go. We planned for both outcomes the last time, right? We mentioned that maybe SPY could go this way or that way. Well, we had a little bit of a correction down to the 38.2 yesterday, right? And this gave us a little bit of a correction down there to make some decisions on what we were going to do at this level here, which has been previously a very strong support. You see that SPY has been having trouble breaking this level. It doesn't mean that we can't go down again to break it, because this was clearly, right, a ability to break the 61.8, and now we are range bound with an impulsive wave down here, and then a corrective wave up here, followed by another impulsive up here, and then now another impulsive and corrective wave up here. So it doesn't. This could be a couple of scenarios. This could be a high. This could be a low, right? This could be a lower high still, right? Or this could be a bottom, and then this could be making a corrective wave down before going back up. So there's this could go, and we need to be very careful with the way we're dealing with this. My advice to you is to, in this environment where we are going sideways, okay, is to not too many positions. You want to make sure that you are taking your positions day in, day out, closing them out, and moving to the next day. Taking long-term that's going sideways for option traders is the worst thing you can ever do, because theta just drains you through this period, and there's no real movement of the index. Mentorship, the Everyday Growth Advisors mentorship, which is going to start on Monday. Those are the strategies we're going to go through to benefit from a market like this where we're going sideways. Okay, so in a market that's range bound, there's not much you can do except for day trade a couple of tickers that you really like. Okay, and so with the technical analysis with SPY, right, you're comfortable with even calling a top or a bottom, because we are clearly in the middle here and we can't establish where we want to go. In fact, look what happened, right? We kind of had a short rally yesterday, which was showing a promise, right? And then we reversed this morning and we have sold off, and we're again test of this kind of a support level here. So we'll have to see what happens to the market open today. But it overall looks like this was a 1 hour. You can see it, correct? Impulsive, corrective, impulsive, corrective, and looks like we might get one more impulsive wave down. If not, we might just end up reversing here on the 50 retracement. So it'll be an interesting setup to see what's going on happen over here. I do have a downtrend, like a wedge of some sort forming on a bigger time frame. So we'd have to see how this turns out. All right. Okay, so with the news today, as I said, we've been seeing a lot of bad news being cycled. And when the news is cycling bad news, we need to start to think about fear getting priced into the market. And you can see with the drops, that's what's going on, right? In fact, we called out UVXY on our channel. This was something that OS himself called out maybe, I want to say, a couple of days back. He bought UVXY calls, and he was holding them for June expiries. And that was, I think, a really great play to capitalize on the fear that the news is cycling. China cautions economic reboot, right? And then there's a lot of bad news concerning the virus coming back for a second wave. Denies cover up by China, Singapore to allow, okay, Singapore's allowing more construction to start. And then there's also China has 5 vaccine candidates in human trials with more coming. So we're starting to cycle through good news, bad news, but more bad news if you ask me, okay? The Wall Street Journal, on the other hand, is covering different kinds of news. Lockdowns likely to led to record fall in retail sales. This is clearly cycling bad news, right? Which obviously we know for, because nobody's going out to spend money, right? And then you have coronavirus, employment stocks hit women harder than men. That's kind of a weird one. Coronavirus to slow U.S. meat production for months. These kinds of articles, may cause spikes in ticker symbols like Beyond. Bets are hit hard. SoftBank, I'm not sure if you know who SoftBank is. They have a huge vision fund that bet big on tech, and I'm actually surprised that they got hit. Then again, they were really investing in risky assets. So Orlando's reopening and persuading tourists to return is harder. China's economy recovery from coronavirus starts off slowly. So many people thought that initially we're going to have like a V-shaped recovery, right? And obviously it's becoming more and more apparent that we're going to have a very slow recovery instead of one that's like that, because people are going to be scared going back, and we're going to do things differently, right? So let's see pre-market movers. I hope that investing.com's one is working, because I like that one. If not, to Finviz and have a look at that one. That's if my internet wants to cooperate. Feel free to post your questions here, and I got you guys in a couple of minutes here. So yeah, we're still seeing bearish pressure on SPY right now, so we'll see how we open, but I want to cooperate. I'm sorry guys. I'm gonna try and take your questions now and let that load in the background maybe. So post your questions here, and then I'm going to try and go through all of them as much as I can. Okay, no lag, no lag. Thoughts on 6.5 WBA 35 WBA. Walgreens. Ooh, okay. Is the stream smooth? I can't tell because I feel like it's lagging and I can't tell at all. Honestly. Yeah, it definitely is lagging like crazy. Oh my goodness, guys. Bear with me. This is the last stream before I get this will be the last one that you have to endure with bad internet. Once I go back to Singapore, I'm sure that I can find better internet, and it's gonna be definitely a better scenario. So let's. All right, Walgreens, Boot Lions. Come on, load, load, load. Okay, go. Have a 35 for 6.5. Okay, 35 put for 6.5. 35 put. Ooh, wow. Oh my goodness.
Hi.
What is going on, man? What is going on here? Guys, I'm guessing that the stream is super laggy, huh? $35 put seems. I think if you're owning it up here, you might be okay, but you might want to wait for for this to continue up before you buy the put, because it looks like it's making a corrective wave before another sell-off. The RSI was majorly oversold here. I'm not very sure if you want to go super bearish on this just yet, because right now the premiums for your puts are going to be still pretty expensive. If you waited for a bit more of a correction for it to go up here to test this old support as a resistance and then come back down, that would be a nicer play. However, I don't think it's going to go all the way up there. So more than likely at 39 is where you want to get your entry. 30, yeah, here is probably okay. You could, yeah, I think you should be okay with that, honestly. Yeah, I knew it was lagging. I could tell. Thoughts on Shopify? Valuation is insane. I agree. Although valuation is insane, it will come back to reality. That's what's been happening with all the stocks in the S&P 500. We have had insane valuation for a while now. All tech is being bought up on the pretense that they're going to do well during the coronavirus. And that's the reason why all tech is doing well. Does that mean that all stocks will go up forever? Nope. That's the reason why corrections like these happen. It's to remind us that we then further runs up. So that's a part of the reason. I have a Roku call that expires today. I'm down almost 40%. When should I sell? Opening or after the market's slow? Oh boy. I would sell right at the open and cut your losses. Chances are we're going to hit further down. What are your thoughts on Taiwan Semiconductor TSM? As I've mentioned before, and if this is your first time to the stream, I'm gonna do the analysis for you. But if it would be better if you told me what kind of a trade you're looking at instead of telling me, asking me how I feel about the stock, because I could feel either way. But if you have a trade that you're trying to figure out if it is going to be, and you want my opinion on it, that's a different thing. How about you give me the ticker, the strike, and the strike price, the strike date, so that I can figure that out for you. See, if you tell me what do I think about TSM, I think it's bearish. And volume has been flowing out constantly. OBV is on the decline on the 1 hour. Went up to test this resistance here. It's likely to get rejected and continue, rejected by the moving averages and continue its downward trend. This is actually a good time to enter puts, but I would enter at the break of this support at 50.90. Wait a little lower, actually, maybe even 50.70 would be a good play to take puts down and see if it can actually go down to cover this gap over here all the way to 47. So that would be the play for TSM, if you think about it the same way that I do. But I don't know that because I don't know what is your trade. So good morning. Oli 75 call for June or buy for today. OLLI. OLLI. Let's see. Oliver gains. Okay. Does this stock have a does it have a good market cap? 4 billion. Okay. I mean, I guess you can trade it if you want. I mean, I don't think it will be manipulated that bad, but try to stick with the large caps, guys. 75 call for June, or buy today. 75 call. 75 call. Well, I would recommend you to get the 75 call if it breaks out of here. If you buy the call here, you're paying maximum premium for it. Remember, you want to buy the calls on a dip. You don't want to buy the calls on a rally. Calls on a dip and buy puts on a rally. That's the strategy, right? So I recommend you to wait for the corrective wave down before getting the calls. What's a good swing to get into today for next week? I wouldn't get into any swing today for next week. Why would you want to donate 2 days of theta over the weekend when you can just buy the same ticker on Monday? And then how about you ask this question on Monday, and then maybe I can come up with 1 or 2 swings that you can take for the week next week. That would be better, right? Microsoft 182 call, expiry 529. Ooh, that might be okay. It might be, but you're gonna have to like pray and really clench your fist and really bite your lips for this one, because I took a Microsoft long-term call, so my calls are already suffering, but I can imagine this one might be a little harder. I know it's lagging, guys. I'm sorry. The internet's not that good, and I really apologize. Once again, if you're here in the live stream and this is your first time, or this is just a time that you've been here, could you please do me a favor and hit the like button? That's the only thing I ask from you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Since SPY's a collection of 500 companies and tech is nearly recovered, does that mean we won't see a complete recovery until finance, energy recover? Not really, because one thing that people fail to understand about SPY is that even though capital flows in and out of SPY collectively, there are sectors within SPY move inverse. So if finance goes down, another sector goes up. If that sector goes up, another sector goes down. But then if the whole index sells off, then everything. So it really depends on the situation. But then you won't see a recovery in finance, energy until the economy itself recovers. Remember, finance doesn't do well in low interest rate environments. When the Fed has lowered interest rates, that means their margins get cut and they don't earn as much from lending, right? Because the Fed makes it mandatory for those rates to be low. So how do they have to pass those savings on to the consumer, so they never get the chance to make a margin on all of their products. The same goes for energy in a time like this when nobody is really consuming that much energy, right? There are no businesses open, so who's consuming the power, right? This is the only time when actually energy is really bad. But since it's in double-digit losses this year, it makes me more prone to look for those deals, to look at them and see if I can get a good valuation out of them. So these two, well, I wouldn't get into finance right now, but energy certainly looks appealing to me. There are some stocks that I like that I would buy long term. What do you think about Walmart 135.29? Walmart 135.29. Don't they have earnings coming up or something? I'm pretty sure Walmart has earnings coming up. I can't be 100% sure, but I think, yeah, it has earnings coming up. So we did on the mentorship group, we did a plan for Walmart already. You can see my lines over here. This is meant to be the entry. The purple's the entry if it breaks above with good volume. And then this red is going to be the stop loss, and the green is going to be the take profit. So if you're thinking Walmart long play, I agree, but you got to wait for the break above 126.17 or somewhere around 126.50 so that you can take this play. Good morning. And what about UNFI? UNFI 25 call 619 down 50% at the moment. Oof. UNFI. What is that? You know, I'm under the impression that majority of you, see, that's the thing, right? You chose a stock that's less than 1 billion in valuation, and I'm guessing that you saw some kind of spike on this one, and that's why you bought, right? This is this is exactly the reason why I tell you not to play these stocks. Okay, so I'm gonna exemplify this for you guys one time. Yep, exactly what I said. I'm gonna exemplify this for you guys one time so that you get it, and then hopefully when you come for future live streams, I don't mean to be mean and I don't mean to be rude. Okay, I'm trying to protect you guys and try to tell you guys, don't buy stocks that are lower than 10 billion in valuation. Why? Because of things like this. When a stock pops like that and then you buy calls, because somebody has manipulated it already, it only has a 1 billion valuation. That means it can be manipulated hardcore, okay? If everybody buys at the same time and then one person starts taking profit, this is what happens. And then you get stuck in a position where you're down massively. So please, guys, avoid these situations. Why do you want to put your money into stocks that are not reliable? Okay? Cut your loss and move on. That's my advice to you. And learn from this mistake and don't do it again. Because let me tell you, I've been in this position many times and I've made those mistakes and I can tell you it's not worth it. Okay, so just I'm giving you my 2 cents and I'm giving you my opinion, and I hope that it will help you out. Okay, and I'm sorry that you're down. Honestly, I really am. I hope that you recover your losses somehow. What are some of your indicators on your trading view? If you are part of option swing, you can get access to what my indicators are on Discord. If you go to the education tab, I have an entire post about it. If you are not on option swing, then message me on Instagram and I'll send it to you. Just to take that offline. Awesome, always, thank you, no problem. Can you show us the buy signal on SPY yesterday? Sure. But then it was kind of a false breakout, right? So, well, actually it was a real breakout, but it happened towards the end of the day. So that was a shaky one, right? The buy signal on SPY yesterday was when you saw, I'm guessing that this is the buy signal you're talking about. We saw SPY making this support here. It broke below once and then came back up, right? And then it started making higher highs. When it broke out of this resistance here and started to make a higher high from here, that was the first sign that SPY is starting to make an impulsive corrective wave, right? When it broke out of this and broke up with crazy volume towards the end of the day, that was possibly a signal to enter long. But remember what happened? After hours, it got sold off. It got bought up and then sold off. We're back to where we started, basically, from yesterday. We're back to where we started, guys. So I'm guessing that's the signal you're talking about. What is the mentorship group? The mentorship group is it's a program that I started doing not long ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago. There are 2 courses that you can take currently. The first one is a beginner's course where we go through my system, how to trade, introduction to the financial markets, and also the basics of the stock market, as well as the introduction to options. There's homework that comes along with it. It's an entire course built for you to start trading and understanding how the market works, but from my perspective. And it's very different from any course you're going to take out there. I'm just going to put this out there right now, okay? There are many people selling $300 courses out there, and I'm going to go on a short rant here, so I hope that you guys don't get pissed. But there are people selling $300 courses out there that are going to teach you things that you can learn from YouTube. And that's not what my course concentrates on. I concentrate on giving you the eye-revealing techniques to succeed in the stock market, okay? And you can ask any one of my past students. In fact, there will be some testimonials that will be posted on my Instagram soon. You can ask any one of them how they feel about my course. Many of them feel that the course is an excellent resource. In fact, you'll see many of them. I would show you right now, but my internet's super laggy. If you want, I can cover that on Monday. But I'm going to start an intermediate course on Monday, which is going to cover advanced option strategies. And then after which, if everything goes well, we'll do another wave of the beginner's course. So message me if you're interested about it and we can talk further on Instagram. If not, if you're from Option Swing, message me on Discord. My name is Neutral Tyrant. I'm one of the mods, and you can ask me any questions that you like during market hours. I'm always available, okay? Okay, so we answered a whole bunch of this. Let's see. Do you think SPY falls below 225 by July 17? I'm sorry, man. I'm not a prophet. I definitely can't predict that question. Anything can happen, buddy. Anything. Honestly, anything can happen. I'm taking this a day as it goes right now. You can't really predict the future, but the technicals certainly point to us correcting a little lower before hitting higher. So we'll see what happens. Because we already did break the uptrend here. So we already made a lower, you see? We already made a low here. So there's a chance that we go lower before going higher. Not sure if you did it already, Lay. What about Facebook? I got in yesterday for one contract. I'm not sure if you got in for a call or a put, so I can't help you there. Please clarify what you got in so I can try and assist you. What is meant? I answered that question. Appreciate the advice. You're welcome, Inyang. I appreciate you listening and taking the advice. Once again, if you are here, there you go. So you have a couple of students here who are already in the mentorship group, right? Leon, you have Smurlov. She's already in the mentorship group. Leon's in there. Kirk is there, right? They've all taken it, and they can tell you firsthand how it is, what I teach. It's not conventional stuff. It's not things that you get from your everyday Joe, because I'm not an everyday Joe trader. I take a contrarian approach to trading, and I teach you very practical ways to make the market work in your favor. And you'll learn a lot of stuff along the way that will help you. So that's my advice. If you don't believe me, believe these people who have taken the course. That's the only thing I can say, right? Okay. All right, thanks. I'll look over this card. Great. Good morning. What are your thoughts on STNG? $20 calls for 619. STNG. This was a tanker one, right? It's a Scorpion something, right? Yeah, Scorpio tankers. STNG. Let's see. Does this have a good market cap? I don't believe so. Nope, less than 1 billion. Once again, another one. But however, this one though, I can say it has its merits, but still very highly a candidate for a pump and dump. And I can bet that's what happened. Yep, that's exactly what happened, right? Pumped and dumped. Literally pumped and dumped. But then I see, okay, this one's still not as bad as the others that I've got so far, because Scorpio Tankers actually has a real opportunity to head higher because of the fact that, the oil prices happen and they might, have a better than expected profit, which their earnings came out, which is surprised what the stock is selling off. So you would have to look further into the fundamentals of this company. But if you're already in a big loss, I highly recommend you to cut it and move on to the next trade. Okay, let's see. Starbucks, he in line. Thank you, Leon. I appreciate the kind words, man. And honestly, the batch of mentees that I have gotten from the first and the second wave, I am blessed to have such hardworking students. These guys are out helping each other. The best thing about it right now is that it's a community that helps each other. So people on there who are learning, they're helping each other. They get into calls helping each other. Yesterday, I kind of surprised them and got into the call with them, and they were taken aback to see me there. And I spent additional hours. I spent additional hours to help them out. And I don't. Even though I have a set schedule with them, whenever I'm free, I'll jump into the call and help them, because that's what I do. I want to help you guys succeed. So that's the main thing about the mentorship. It's giving you that personalized approach to really succeed in the stock market. Starbucks June 1982.50 call. Let's have a look. Man, my internet is so bad. I really apologize, guys. This is so bad. Like, it should load so much faster. My computer can definitely handle it. It's just, it's terrible. Okay, 8250 calls, a little high in my opinion. If I were you, and if you're in profit right now, I would roll over your calls to maybe the same expiry but a lower strike price, something like 78 or 70, 80, maybe even $80 is better. Your strike's a bit high, man. That's all I'm saying. You're expecting Starbucks to like blast off, and I don't think that's a good one. Mentorship group is expedited learning curve on options, saves you a lot of mistakes, and you can learn so much. Highly recommend he as a teacher. Thank you, Kirk. That touches my heart so much. I really appreciate you vouching out for me, and I appreciate you saying something about it. Really do appreciate it. Computer, stop lagging. Okay, let's see. Call. Okay, I think you said something about that. It was Facebook calls selling off. So your calls are going to be dragged down with it, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but you might want to consider exiting out of that position and finding a better end for a shorter time frame. Sorry, not a shorter time frame, a shorter strike. Can you talk about how to differentiate breakout and fake out? I have a trouble determining my entry and exit when price comes to support and resistance. Sure. So the biggest thing that helps you to stay away from fake outs is using the right time frame of analysis. Many of you go looking at 5 minute and one minute because you are day trading so much. You have to take a step back sometimes and look at the 15 minute and the 1 hour to see the overall big picture, to see where the trend is going, and then zoom in to find your entry and exit. The majority of you, what you do is you plan your entries and exits on the 5 and 1 minute, and that's what messes you up because there are too many false signals on these levels. On the 5 minute and the 1 minute, you get too many ups and downs, and so you're like, oh, it's going up, and then you're like, oh, it's going down. And so because of that, you enter in a haste with the FOMO kicking in, right? You have fear of missing out, and then that kicks in at the same time. That causes you to really get into a bad trade, and looking at it in a bigger time frame will solve a lot of your problems here. Okay. Also, fake outs will not have volume. Breakouts will have volume. That's a major differentiator, and you can spot volume indicators not by this volume. You got to use it together with on balance volume. If you don't know what that is, go to the educational chat on Option Swing and look at the pinned posts. There is a huge write-up that I did about that will explain this in full detail, how to spot good volume and fake volume. You're welcome, Sai. Yep, not stuff you just find on the internet. Yep, that is true. I don't teach things that are on the internet because I believe it would be a complete scam to teach you about candlesticks and brokerages. And I don't know. There's a group out there who has a $300 course that's teaching, like, hand holding your hand to learn those things. When, come on, guys, you're really paying $300 to somebody to teach you things that you can get on the internet for free. I put out that content on my YouTube channel for free, guys, because I believe that learning can be taken offline. If you want to join my mentorship program, you get ready to join things that are not available on the internet, because that is the things that, it will be beneficial for you. I'm not trying to teach you things that are going to be, things that you can find on YouTube. You can take that learning offline, take it offline and learn it on your own, and then come to the course and then learn my stuff so that you become like Iron Man. Okay. Yes, I believe she is on the Discord. Do we message everyday growth for beginners course? I want to get on the waiting list. Yes, you message me on Instagram and I'll sort you out. Just message me on the Instagram. I've taken multiple courses and this has been the most relatable and easiest to understand. Definitely a confidence booster when starting or wanted to learn more. Hell yeah, Daniel. Dude, you're such a great student. I appreciate your kind words, man. Beyond info. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Maybe you want to clarify what kind of info you're looking for. Is there a link to the mentorship? Right now, there is no link, but in the future, there will be perhaps. Message me on Instagram. That is the best way to register for the course. Registering interest is all done on Instagram. Payment is all going to be done through various ways. You can choose PayPal, Venmo, or a variety of other ways, and that will be how you're going to secure your spot. Okay. Also, I realized that there are more support and resistance levels show up when you go to shorter time frame chart. Which time frame level should I focus on? So as I said, you were asking earlier about how to focus on the fake outs and breakouts. Well, this is the thing, right? I was explaining. When you use the shorter time frame, you're going to see a lot more support and resistances. So you should go to a longer time frame. Try a 15-minute chart intraday. If you're taking a day trade, look at the 15-minute chart instead of the conventional method that other traders teach you of looking at 1 minute and 5 minutes. See, this is one of the tips that I give my members, right? My mentees. Don't be a conventional trader, because market makers are out to get you at those levels. By you choosing a support and resistance, definitely don't think that you still can't get stopped out of your trade. The market maker knows where you're placing your support and resistance. So this is one thing that I teach. Wish it was longer, me being selfish. I know, I wish the mentorship was longer too, but I think 1 week is where I would draw the line for learning, in my opinion. Okay. It's it's the right approach. I've tried the 2 weeks before. It's not a good approach for the course, believe me. So that's why I made it a 1 week course. Yes, I am in the Discord for option swing. Best investment ever. Hell yeah, option swing is a very good investment. And plus, you get access to me. I'm a mod there. You can ask me questions. Even if you don't want to join the mentorship, you can ask me questions part of option swing, right? I'm partnered with them. The Everyday Growth Advisors is partnered with option swing, so we are partners. Okay. What do you think about long calls in general? Any tips you have? It depends. And actually, the right time to get into long calls would be somewhere around when the market starts to bottom, because that's when premiums are going to be the lowest, right? So I would say right now we don't know, right? As I was saying earlier, this could be the bottom, or this could be the so we've been making lower highs, right? Lower highs, and then now we have this downtrend, and this could either be a new a kind of a corrective wave before another drop, or this could be a higher low before another wave up. It could go either way, okay? So my advice to you is to wait it out. Don't take long trades right now because you don't know where the market's going. Where is the course available on Discord? I'm kind of new to the platform. The course is not available on Discord. As I mentioned, okay, Everyday Growth Advisors is partnered with Option Swing, and this course is designed and created by Everyday Growth Advisors. So you would be taking the course with Everyday Growth Advisors. It's not a part of Discord yet, okay? And that's where I'll leave that. Message me on Instagram if you want to join the course, okay? And I will set you up if you message me on Instagram. The name on Instagram is Everyday Growth Advisor. I'm sure that you guys follow me on Instagram already. If you don't, please do follow me. And also, please like this stream. I really appreciate if you like this stream and subscribe. Instead of owning shares for covered call, would it be better to use capital to buy a in-the-money leap with a delta of plus more than 0.8 and sell covered calls against it with a monthly out-the-money delta of 0.2? That would be a good strategy if you can determine and you can make sure that your contract doesn't have a very high volatility, and ensure that the contract that you're choosing with this condition that you stated has good open interest and volume. If all of those conditions are met, Kirk, you can definitely take that trade. I think this is a good strategy because you will be covering yourself on both sides. In fact, every dollar that the contract moves, the underlying moves up, you would be protected for with a 0.8 delta, which would move up, and then your covered calls against it, which are out the money, would give you additional protection. So I think this is a good play if you can confirm that the contract that you're choosing has good open interest volume and not too much of a high IV, which will make your contract worth it to buy. Okay. Roku 529 call. In this market, a little tough in my opinion. As I said, everything's trending downward, so gotta be careful. So let's see, Roku. We'll still have a look at it, okay? A lot of questions coming in. So I also realized that you guys enjoy the back and forth discussion, the ticker symbols and coming here to kind of validate your trades. And I'm gonna be increasing the amount of time that I concentrate on that because I feel like there's some value there. I don't think anybody does this on YouTube, and I feel okay doing this because I think that I want to provide a value to you guys that nobody else will. So my knowledge and my expertise is all for you guys to gain. Okay, this stream is partnered with Option Swings for that reason, because we want to help you guys and we want to provide with you value that no other community will. All right. And by being a part of Option Swing, you get access to me. So remember, that's a really big part about joining. And if it doesn't convince you, then that's fine. I understand some people might value me better than others. But yeah. So with the Roku, I mentioned this earlier. We have a trade plan with the Roku. I did this with my mentees, I think the last lesson. We will only take Roku to the upside if it breaks above this resistance. And our entry point would be 121.10. All right. Sorry, I said that completely wrong. This is a put play. We will only play this to the downside if we get a retracement up to this level, and if we can confirm that Roku wants to come up. However, this could also be an upside play if you confirm that Roku breaks above this resistance at 121.10. Okay. So your entry for a call play is up here. Your entry for a put play would be down here. So I'm more inclined to say that Roku is going to go down than up right now. However, it remains to be unseen because we don't know what's going on, okay? And the overall trend for the stock has been downward. So it's going to be an interesting play going forward, all right? Overall, I feel bearish, but it could easily reverse. It does that from time to time. All right. So I just joined, but still learning. Is it possible for MU going to up again? Possible, highly possible. Anything can go up again. You're welcome. Did you say anything about Roku? I did. Let's see. So much grading for taking just time to go through each. Right. Yeah. The option swing Discord. It may be, for some people it may be confusing, but actually it's a pretty simple Discord to use if you ask me. There's a start here that you read and you'll know everything about all the channels. Okay. The only part that gets people overwhelmed is the different call-out sections. And so let me try to break it down for the people who are in option swing. Okay. The OS trades are trades exclusively made by option swing. Okay. And he calls out all kinds of trades. So sometimes they could be hedges, but you have to make sure that whatever trades that are called out in this channel, you don't go blindly taking them. You have to do your own due diligence because that's what we're teaching you. We want you to come onto the channel not to be taught to take the fish that we give you. We want to teach you how to trade. That is what the Everyday Growth Mentorship is about. It's to teach you how to trade step by step. And people who have taken the course can tell you that the mentorship is a great investment because of that reason, right? And part of the mentorship, I also go through how to use some of the signals, right? But more than likely, we don't concentrate on signals, we concentrate on the lessons, and the lessons themselves are gold. So, it's really just how you're going to look at it. And then on top of that, you can't use also the stock bot as a signal to enter and exit. The stock bot's more like a guiding tool. Even the watch list, right? The watch list gives you support and resistance levels. The watch list is created for you to know where you should take a trade on an entry of a breakout or a support. For a resistance or a support, if it breaks out on those two levels, that is what the watch list is about, okay? But if you don't know what support and resistance is, you wouldn't know how to use the watch list. So you have to educate yourself. And how do you do that? Go to my YouTube channel and watch the video. Go to Everyday Growth Advisors and watch a video on support and resistance. And that way you'll know how to use it, right? So that's my advice to you. Go slow, take notes, and eventually, step by step, you'll grow. Just like how my mentees have. Slowly by slowly, you will grow from a shoot to a plant to a little shrub and then into a tree, right? Well, I think that, you guys don't have any more questions for me, and I don't mind ending the stream a little early today. I want to say once again, thank you for liking the stream. If you're here, that's the only thing I ask of you, to like the stream. And, throw me a subscribe if you think that the content I put out is good. I'm going to be in quarantine for 14 days going forward from tomorrow. And I will be putting out and working on a lot of content for more EGA courses, and more exciting news is going to come out going forward. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed the stream. Happy weekend. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there.